My name is Staff Sergeant Zedwick of the Oregon Army National Guard. I was awarded the Silver Star for gallantry in Iraq. So growing up, I had a lot of family history involved with the military. My grandfather, several uncles. So it was something I always thought about. As a kid, I was very energetic, very adventurous. Been raised in Oregon all my life. I love the outdoors.
That sense of adventure would mark the defining moment in this young man's life. While other high school seniors were thinking about their prom and a summer job, 18-year-old Mathew Zedwick decided to enlist in the United States Army.
I always wanted something more, something adventurous, to be part of a bigger picture.
In basic training, the hard lessons of teamwork and discipline would be cemented in Matt Zedwick as he sought experiences in the Army that would deepen his development as a soldier and a young man.
I've been a part of sports before, basketball teams, wrestling teams, football teams, but this was a whole new gig. So, it's one thing to compete, but when lives are on the line, it's very important to have that cohesiveness with your fellow soldiers.
When his unit was mobilized for service in July of 2003 as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom, Mathew Zedwick was ready.
I wasn't Matthew, the high school graduate anymore, or the civilian. I was now a soldier. This was it. Never been on something this big before, this adventurous.
Zedwick's unit was deployed to Taji, north of Baghdad, known to be a hotbed of the insurgency. Shortly after midday on June 13, 2004, Sergeant Zedwick of 2nd Platoon was behind the wheel of one of 4 Humvees on a routine patrol on the Taji Highway.
I didn't hear the explosion. It happened. I thought something else was going on. Kind of like hearing someone slowly crinkle a pop can, like slowly crushing it. It tore the Humvee apart.
Sergeant Zedwick's patrol came under enemy attack. An explosive device inside an abandoned vehicle detonated as the convoy passed, sending Zedwick's vehicle 15 feet into the air. With his squad leader unconscious in the seat next to him and his vehicle suddenly engulfed in flames, Sergeant Mathew Zedwick took action.
The thing that kicked in is like, this is my buddy. This is my brother. We made a pact to get each other home. I didn't have to think about it. Bullets were hitting the side of the door. It was the only way out. I was going to get out and try to get him and myself to safety.
Zedwick kicked open the door to his left, immediately exposing himself to enemy machine gun fire. To compound the danger, fuel from the disabled Humvee was leaking out of the vehicle and onto the ground.
I remember running around the vehicle, seeing the gasoline on the ground, and little pieces of dirt kicking up, little rocks. His bullets were flying in.
While the other Humvees came back to help, Zedwick dragged his injured squad leader out of the burning vehicle to cover as enemy small arms and mortar fire rained down on his position. Soon, the soldiers of the ambushed 2nd Platoon were returning fire, but the young soldier ran back to his burning vehicle in a hail of gunfire to retrieve necessary communication and weapon systems.
Turned out I had been injured myself. Took a piece of shrapnel in the wrist. Took 14 pieces altogether.
In recognition of his gallantry in the face of the enemy and for disregarding his own safety to ensure the safety of his comrades, Sergeant Mathew Zedwick was awarded the Silver Star.
It was General Torelli. He awarded me the Silver Star, and he pinned it on my chest, and he said, my father earned the Silver Star, and he was my hero. And then he later let me know that I was his hero as well.
Sergeant Zedwick would go on to fight in the battles of Najaf and Fallujah. He would also be deployed to Louisiana in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. But for this young outdoorsman from Oregon, an unwavering commitment to his fellow soldiers was born out of a spirit of adventure.
We weren't out there trying to win medals. We weren't out there trying to be heroes. That's not what the Army is about. That's not what the military is about. The Army is made up of people, and that's what makes the Army. It's not just a name, but the people involved.